Get us started with some general comments about your championship match.
Praise the Lord, man. Being able to be present tonight is a gift. Our team, just special night, family being here, family and friends. So I'm just very blessed that tonight played out as it did. And regardless, I'm very blessed, but it was fun.
All right, we've got a question on the over here to the left, and then we're coming to the front row.
Ryan Holmes, Intermat. Aaron, one of the things that Carter said was after he won his first one, he sat down with Kale and he said the rest of them were going to be even harder. Did you have a similar conversation with Kale, and how do you feel you guys have managed the pressure throughout the 4 years of winning these titles?
Yeah, I didn't have a similar conversation with Coach Kale, but I think that's kind of like, it's truth, I think, but one thing I talked about with Coach Kale before this tournament, so different conversation, but like a target, right? And God always molds you for those things, but my whole life I've kind of had a target, whether it was just being in Maryland, and then I got known a little bit on the national stage, so it prepares you for it, and I just look at it like that way, like I've always had a target, so not just me going for a fourth title, but I've always had a target on my back regardless, so yeah, we kind of had that conversation, I think just, that's the truth, it's nothing different when you've had a target on your back your whole life, so.
Let's come to the front row.
Aaron, Nate Cobbler with the Center Daily Times. It was 20 years ago today, to the date that Kale won his fourth, finished off his undefeated career. Can you talk a little bit about what that means for you to be able to accomplish such a feat as far as getting your fourth on the same date?
It's pretty cool to be a part of. When I look back at it, I was thinking about it just before I came out, but I remember being 6 years old, 6 or 7, pretty sure I was 7, but there was this disc of Coach Kale, and it was like his high school national championship, or high school state finals, I'm sorry, then him in high school NHSA finals, and then his 4 national championship titles. But I'm like 6 years old, I watched it all the time. My dad, no one ever wrestled, but he brought it home, and he was like, hey, this is the greatest wrestler ever. He saw undefeated records, and this is the greatest wrestler ever. So I watched it, learned the ankle pick, learned a cradle, and learned a Granby roll. But then to be wrestling in this program and him as my head coach, some days I look, I'm like, man, like God is great. You never know where God's gonna take you. And being 6 years old in the back of the car, GMC watching those things, I didn't think I'd be here. So I said, praise the Lord.
Raise your hand, we'll get a mic to you. Okay, we got a couple here on the front row. Go ahead, sir.
Hi, Andy Elder, Lewistown Sentinel. Getting to the match, Aaron, Hidlay usually makes a living off of underhooks, but you seem to take him totally out of that game. Was that part of the game plan, or was it just you pressuring and not allowing, or dictating the pace?
It's just styles make matchups. I think nowadays, especially with the media, social media, everyone knows what everybody's got. People know I underhook, people know he underhooks. It just happens to be that he's right leg lead, righty underhook, I'm lefty underhook. So one of us is gonna get to it, so I don't think it was something like that. I just think I was looking to get to mine, and he got to his, I think, twice. But yeah, we just both like that technique, so.
We can go right here.
Dominic Campbell, Nittany Sports Now. Aaron, you and Carter become the 6th and 7th wrestlers to win 4 national titles. Speak about your bond and just being able to achieve such an incredible feat together.
It's pretty cool. Looking back, I said when we first came in, just seeing the growth in both of us, but having someone else to be a part of that journey and do it with is a lot of fun. So yeah, we're blessed.
Go ahead.
Aaron, we know you guys don't, take into like milestones, things like that, but the past 3 days that you guys have had with everything that you've accomplished, with you and Carter, 4-timers, new team scoring points, new margin of victory, things like that. Can you put into words what it means to be a part of something like that now?
I just think it goes to show, generations that are coming. Like I even look at the younger guys, and I'm like, man, like we got some young studs just in the country. With RTCs being available in high school, so I think whatever records being broken, X, Y, Z, that's gonna happen. But it's cool when you see it because the sport's evolving, and it's the future is bright for American wrestling. So not even just talking about Penn State, but I see that in a lot of the youth nowadays. I'm like, man, I wasn't doing that at that age. So yeah.
Any other questions for Aaron? All right, he's got an appointment, so we're gonna let him get to it.